What's going on, guys? Today we're coming at you with 10 quick, useful facts that are going to help you on your keto diet. They're things you might not know, but at least one or two of these I think will be useful to you.
Yeah, and you might even know them already, but just another reminder.
Number one, probably the most confusing one. There isn't really a such thing as a hidden sugar. I hear this a lot on the internet, like, how much hidden sugars are in that? I know there's no sugar on the label, but what about the hidden sugars?
Yeah.
There's no such thing. All sugars are listed on the label unless it's below 0.5 grams.
Okay.
So like in bacon, sometimes you'll see sugar, but on the label, it'll say 0 grams. That's because it's a very small amount. The only time that will come into play to actually be effectively a hidden sugar is Cool Whip, for example, where it might say no sugars on the label, but the serving size is so small.
Yeah.
It'll have like 1,000 servings per container.
And you're eating at least 500 servings at a time.
So there's like a few scenarios like that where I guess they exist, but for the most part, in your everyday life, hidden sugars aren't really a thing.
Yeah, it's just about reading the label and figuring out where the sugar's coming from.
And there's different words you can look for, like dextrose, maltodextrin. People will think like those are hidden. But no, if there's 0.5 gram or more of those things, it will be listed as a sugar.
Tip number 2, and this is something I didn't know for a really long time, is that Starbucks iced coffees always have simple syrup, 20 grams of sugar in there, unless you say no classic syrup. Like, I've tried it with the sugar.
You can't really taste it.
It tastes
just like takes
iced...
away the bitterness, I guess.
Yeah.
But so they put 20 grams in like a medium-sized iced coffee.
Automatically. So you always have to say no classic sugar, and then you can say sugar-free vanilla if you want to add something sweet to it.
Number 3, probably not as important, but IHOP, which I don't think that many people go to IHOP.
My dad.
Your dad. I've been there like a couple times.
Oh, I used to go there all the time.
They put pancake batter in their omelets. Hold the pancake batter.
Yeah. You could just get like fried eggs though or something.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll even make it for you without. I wonder if you could ask. But it's about 10 to 15 grams of carbs from the pancake batter per omelet.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I just did some deductive math off of their website, Nutrition. Number 4, the way nutrition labels show carbs in the US versus the EU, European Union. They both have different standards. So when the US has total carbs on a label, that includes the fiber. Fiber is included as a carb in the US, so that you can therefore subtract fiber to get to net carbs. In the EU, the total carbs line is already net carbs. They call it available carbs because it's the amount of carbs that have an impact on your actual body, your blood glucose, etc. Because fiber is undigested. Don't be subtracting fiber on a European nutrition label. Like sometimes
you'll get negative zero. You'll get negative numbers.
Yeah.
You scream.
Do I?
Do you have to like change the audio between me and you?
No, I don't, but I'm always louder.
So, yeah. Number 5. A lot of people have asked if adding fiber to something that's high in carb will negate the carbs.
Yeah.
No. So if you have like a pint of Ben & Jerry's and you pour Metamucil on it, you're not going to, have less overall carbs because you're eating Metamucil alongside.
This is a surprisingly common question.
Yeah.
So you have 20 grams of carbs from ice cream. If you pour 10 grams of fiber on it, you then have 30 grams of carbs
and
of ice cream.
And 10 grams of fiber.
Number 6, artificial sweeteners. This is a little bit more dicey of a situation. So I've yet to see any evidence at all, and I've looked, for artificial sweeteners to impact someone's blood glucose, like in the situation of a diabetic, for example. So that is the artificial sweeteners we're talking. Aspartame, sucralose, isolfame potassium, saccharin, those type of ones, the actual chemically made like laboratory ones. So it's another debate entirely whether or not they're good for your health. I've seen studies that show it affects your gut microbiome and can therefore cause insulin resistance long term. That's a study that's out there.
Right.
But as far as just like drinking a Diet Coke, it raising your blood glucose, I've never seen evidence of that. It's fine for keto. Is it good for your health? That's another debate, obviously.
Right.
I don't even think it's a debate. It's not good for your health.
Tip number 7. Buffalo Wild Wings uses beef tallow for frying their wings. The only place that we know of that does that. So like
I've looked and there's not really any others. But what I do think is happening is there's starting to be a lot of allergies to certain things. Obviously, like peanuts are a big one. No one really uses peanut oil for frying anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I could see the same thing happening with a lot of the vegetable oils. Maybe we'll get back to using more places just having like beef tallow like Buffalo Wild Wings does, because 0 people essentially are allergic to beef tallow.
Right.
So maybe down the road we'll have more, but for now, the only like nationwide chain in the US that uses animal fats for for cooking that I know of is Buffalo Wild Wings. Number 8, there's some situations that confuse people where the same product will have 2 differing nutrition labels by different brands. So peanut butter, nut butters are a big one. Heavy cream is another one. Sometimes you'll get heavy cream from one company that says it's 1 gram of carb per tablespoon, and sometimes you'll get one that says 0 grams of carbs. They're the same product, so they're the same amount of carbs. One is just rounding up, one is rounding down. I don't know why the labels are different, but that's just how it worked out.
There's about a half a gram per tablespoon.
Same with like peanut butter and stuff. You'll see some that even say like 1 gram of net carbs and some that say like 4.
Tip number 9, drinking when you're out. So we get the question about wine a lot. A lot of people want to enjoy a glass of wine, not a big deal. We like to, and I think this is a good route to go, ask the waiter, ask the bartender what their driest wine not on tap, but like what their driest bottled wine is. And you can either just go with that, you can have them give you a little sample, you could taste it yourself. Otherwise, like Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc for whites, and then Cabernets and Pinot Noirs are pretty solid choices as far as dry goes. And they're around 4 to 5 carbs per 5 ounce glass.
Number 10, we're just going to do rapid fire things that come to our head because we couldn't think of number 10. But one good one is if you order takeout barbecue, especially here in the South, there's like a lot of barbecue takeout spots. You can ask what they use in their seasoning. Just do you use sugar or brown sugar in your seasoning rub? Or a lot of times you can actually look in the store. They sell the seasoning separately and you can see what's in it.
As far as fast food burgers go, Wendy's seems to be the best option. It's fresh, never frozen.
When you're looking for protein bars, we have a couple other videos on this. There's really 2 ingredients that you want to look for that they subtract when they're calculating net carbs, but that actually impacts your blood glucose. Maltitol and then IMO fiber, isomalto-oligosaccharides. Both of those are digested and they will have an impact, so you can't just totally subtract them.
Hope those tips were helpful, and if you have any really good ones that we missed, definitely comment them below for other people to see and use in their own life.